So this is take one. I'm just going to ramble on a bit because I've just been in such deep thought, like about life and the state of this world for so long that, I just have to just broadcast it. I want to connect with people that think as deeply as I do. So deep, like I just think so deeply that I can barely even function in society anymore. I can't. It's been a long time since I've been able just to connect with people on this superficial level that everyone seems to be living on. I seem to take a lot of their inspiration from these days, these cheesy quotes on Facebook about talking about the haters, talking about people that don't let people get up in your grill, like don't listen to the haters, and it's just never even been a problem for me. Like, why is there so much emphasis on not listening to the haters? Like, I'd always been more interested in, you know, problems that are in your own mind. Like, I couldn't give a fuck what anyone else thinks, and I know everyone says that, but most people, they're lying to themselves. Because why are they going on about haters so much? It's pretty simple. If someone's giving you shit or saying, not don't believe doesn't believe in you, then I mean, how hard is it really to get them out of your life? Like, you just stay off Facebook or block them, or you just don't respond to their negative bullshit. But I barely ever get any negativity from people, and when they do, like, if you respond to it, then you're just feeding it. It's just making it worse. Like, just honestly, it's the simplest there's so much crap out there about not letting people get to you and calling them haters, but it's the simplest thing in the world to solve. You simply don't feed them. Don't feed the trolls, as they say. But it's so simple. It's just never been a problem to me. I just turn my back on them, and I've got I've just had I haven't had a hard life, but I've always had a lot bigger problems than just haters. Like, what the hell is wrong with society where some asshole in their life is the biggest problem? Me, my biggest enemy is myself, really. Like, that's the one that kind of gives me the most problems. And I mean, I'm also my biggest friend, but I'm also my biggest enemy. And often, to get ahead in life, you're actually playing against yourself, not some bitch from work, or some asshole that you barely even know, that is giving you shit for talking to his girl, or I don't know. But it's just ridiculous. And it's just funny that I'm talking about that, because I wrote down kind of the subjects I wanted to go into, which were a lot deeper. But I guess I've started with this because it's just the most superficial shit that really annoys me. Like, every time I see some stupid quote about not giving in to the haters and everyone giving thumbs up, it's like, yeah, it's obvious. Don't. How can you let anyone outside of yourself and those that you super care about, like your family, if it's your family or a very close friend or a girlfriend, and you're having arguments, that's a different story. because they actually are a big part of your life. It seems that everyone's biggest problem is each other, and the evil haters, and people take such offense at someone that doesn't agree with them, or doesn't like that's trolling them. I also wanted to talk about some deeper shit. But I think the way this video is going, I'm starting with the most superficial, and I'm gonna get deeper and deeper into what's really been pulling at me most recently. So a little while ago, I was extremely obsessed with the 2016 election in America. I would watch um, hours and hours upon hours of political commentary, and not from mainstream news either. I mean, everyone that has a little bit of smarts, they can recognize that bullshit that comes from mainstream, from your CNN, from your Fox News, whether you're right or you're left leaning. Um, if your bullshit detector is that broken that you can't see the amount of bullshit and the agenda that they push from those huge American news organizations, not just in America but in Australia as well. I mean, Murdoch owns like 90% of Australian media, even the so-called independent ones like Vice News and stuff. Like they try to trick the public, saying that there's real journalism is back, and um, they're truth tellers, but they're not really. I mean, what has Vice News really cracked down on in the last 5 years? It's just the same crap, following around some transgender person and documenting their struggles, which, I'm glad that, you know, some people can do that when they used to be shut out of public, but is it really helping the worldwide discourse, or is it just creating more division? Okay, like they can, transgenders can live just as quietly and peacefully as anyone else. Like, then does this huge song and dance that's being made out of every little thing they do. Like, so one becomes a model or an actor or a singer or an athlete. Like, it automatically, because they're transgender, shoots them to the top of the media spectrum just for being transgender. If they really want equality, then shouldn't they be able to just go and achieve their goals as quietly as anyone else? That's when we'll get real agenda, when real equality, when gender and other surface level things like that aren't even impacting anything that they choose to strive for.